Hello everybody and welcome to the Sorry for Adam podcast that we like to call the Tea Break. If you're a new listener, I'm Adam. We do this every week to discuss gaming news, what's coming out this week, PSVR and all the other stuff that we can think of. Along with me this time is Mike.
Hey.
It's Todd.
Hello.
And Darren.
Hello.
And obviously me, but you all know who I am because if you don't, you haven't been paying attention because my name's in the title, to be fair. It's very good. So you should know who I am.
My goddamn name's written there.
Yeah, it's about me. My ego won't be filled. As always, we'll be answering your comments at the end, so stick around for that. But first, it's time for our first segment, Gaming News. Oh God, we'll get better. We'll get it down. It's a good noise. I like the effect. It's a good carry. Maybe some editing. We could put a crazy echo on it. Needs a reverb. Needs more reverb, exactly. We've had the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer that dropped yesterday, which is something that I'm pretty excited about. I don't know about everybody else. Playing as Arthur Morgan in the 1900s. I did have it down to the 1800s, but that's 100 years too early, I realised.
What was the other one set? That was 18 something.
It was 1904.
Was it? Oh, yes.
Because the motor car had just been invented, so it's like the very first car, which is like 1904.
There was a car in it, and then it was broken.
Yeah, which was a real swizz. I was really looking forward to just being able to drive in that when I had the game.
No
I remember being vividly annoyed.
It's not GTA.
No, it's kind of
basically.
With the one car in the game.
No, that's very true. This one's kind of a prequel. It's a few years before that, so it's literally 1890 sort of thing rather than 1900s. We know that it's set in New Bordeaux, we think. We say we know, we think.
It's the heartland of the map.
Yeah, but the map that we've seen has the swamp, and the map is almost identical to the Mafia 3 map, which kind of makes sense, sort of. It's set in the right place. It's got the swamp, and then you've got the crocodiles, and obviously that's connected to Bordeaux, which was there at the time. It was set up then, had to do a bit of research. So it makes sense that there be a settlement. So that kind of works. Last year was obviously when they told us that they were going to be putting sort of GTA Online in. I like the online to GTA anyway.
Sounds interesting.
GTA Online's fantastic.
So there's only so many times you can shoot somebody, blow somebody up.
It does turn into just an online clusterfuck.
Yeah, because they want to have, I wrote it down somewhere, but they want to have a completely integrated online experience. So I don't know what that means. That might mean it's like more like Destiny or
So
something.
it's only like Red Dead, you know. You could be playing the multiplayer, mind your own business, you stop to have a look at a vista, and all of a sudden, sniped from God knows where.
Yeah, that would be a bit awkward actually.
Yeah.
But it won't be that good if there are snipers. It seems unlikely they're going to be amazing. Here we go.
You got to worry about Ferraris running you over in the Wild West.
No, you're going to see people coming. I get killed by a lot of people in GTA Online by them just ploughing me with their car. You can't do that with a horse and carriage. I can shoot someone's car.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
great.
yeah.
I couldn't do that in GTA. They just bullets bounce off
You
those
can have
now.
the horse shot from underneath you.
Not going to get an armour-plated horse. Nothing I'm going to like GTA. I'm going to like Red Dead more. I'm going to be more of a force to be reckoned with.
Obviously,
With
you
a
have to
gun.
take it to get
rehooved. I was just thinking that.
Reshone.
Here we go. They've called it,
Yes.
and I quote, a revolutionary, fully integrated online multiplayer experience with bank robberies, sort of dual wielding. We've definitely seen some trains, which I'm very happy about. Everybody who knows me likes that. You've got train heists, so we know that's probably going to be part of the online.
So you won't be doing then.
Oh yeah, definitely heisting trains.
Oh, you won't want anything bad
Oh
to
no,
happen to a train.
I want to get on one because you couldn't drive them in the first one. I want to get in one and crash it head on into another one and see what happens. This is PlayStation 4.
Possibly break it.
Yeah, it might actually explode.
Can you drive them in this one?
Well, they stop. You can get on it. We can assume you can
yeah.
climb on like you could in any, like in GTA.
Yeah.
But in GTA, you can shoot the guy and the train. He'll die, and the train
carry
carries on.
Yeah.
So
Very odd.
it was only like a few weeks ago that I saw someone in the online. They blew up a train that split into carriages and actually rolled to a stop. It's very pointless, but normally they just skid off, don't they, and bounce across the horizon in like a physics box.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious if they've carried that over, because I really would like to see like some real physics involved, or to plough a train off the tracks into a building and see if everyone actually runs away screaming as a big explosion, or if it just bounces off and everyone carries on about their day as if nothing's happened, and it will completely ruin it for me, because I love that sort of immersion. If they're going to go back to that sort of time period, I really want to actually
You want to see
get
some
it.
panic in your victims.
Exactly, you do want to see some panic in the victims. But we know there's going to be sort of bank robberies and that sort of thing, so that makes a bit of a difference compared to last time, just having the sort of boring day-to-day activities you did in GTA. Being set in the cowboy times, there's going to be more to do than there is now.
The day-to-day of activities of back then.
Yeah.
Well, basically, yeah, but in GTA you've got bank robberies and, you know, the regular things that you go out to do as far as missions are concerned. It looks like in there all of that and more they've managed to get back in time. So instead of you're still robbing banks, we're still robbing trains.
but
It's still going to be
You could do
convoys.
very similar things in Red Dead.
Yeah, you could. It's just wondering whatever else they might actually come up with to add. Like, I don't know what anyone else thinks,
You
but
couldn't do it to that
I'm
massive
sure,
in
yeah.
extent, though.
it's like they can't have cars. So they obviously
Can't have
you're not-
cars.
you're not supposed to
You
have
could have
cars.
horses.
Yeah, so it might be horse racing. It seems fairly likely that we'll get a horse racing track somewhere.
There was horse racing. You raced sort of horses with big carts, didn't you?
Did you? I thought you just raced the horse by itself. I
No,
can't remember.
you had the little cart.
No, that's kind of cool.
But then, no, there were two places you could do different types of horse racing, I believe.
No, that's cool. I have also noticed that they talked about it coming out in spring 2018, which they've stuck to, because it was this time last year that they brought out that little sort of tone piece, those pictures, those short videos, which were just 30-second clips of vistas and people talking. And that said spring 2018, and now they've stuck with it, so that's nice, because they were going to delay it, or they delayed it to what it is now, but they've stuck with that.
Well, it was said.
Well, they've always said spring 2018, but it was before they put out that old
I do actually
trailer.
have Red Dead 2 on pre-order.
No, that's a good point. It says that they're running from the lawman, that they're running over the mountains and they're shouting about where's their money. So I think we're going to be playing the bad guy. We're playing Arthur Morgan, that's for sure. He's part of the gang that was in the first one. So the gang that John Marston comes from, they're from the Dutch gang or something? The Dutch gang? Dutchy gang? I think it's the Dutchy gang or something like that. They're in the first one anyway. It's a prequel. I'm getting myself tangled when they do number 2 that's before the first one. But the main character is obviously probably going to die. It seems fairly likely. There's lots of sort of semi-spoilers in this because the first games happened. So we know that the gang falls apart. We know that the guy in charge kills himself at some point because that's just how the first one sort of sets off. Got Indians helping us, so that's kind of cool. Trains. Yeah, just watching the trailer now. It's actually started playing for the people at home. Now everyone's just staring at the screen. But other than that, they've got survival aspects, which is what I'm hoping for.
That's true. Sorry,
Is
they
weird
have added
trailer.
better animals because there was crocodiles or alligators.
More
I'm
things
not
to fear.
alligators.
Ah, that guy. There you go. Whoever that was, the guy with the suit, long, wobbly hair, moustache, very pristine suit with a little pink beret thing. That's the guy who's going to kill himself. by the end of the game,
Spoiler warning.
he has to be dead, or the other game can't happen. But we are hoping for more survival aspects because they've talked about. We can see the man camping in the trailer. There's like camping, and there's a guy mining. So we think there might be actually more like Horizon.
They've added the bow and arrow.
Yeah, bow and hunting. So if you wander out in,
got a bow and arrow these days.
yeah, that's what I mean.
There's more badass with one.
It's true. It's good for hunting, and obviously people like it from Far Cry. That was kind of where that
It's
started.
quiet for stealth sections.
Exactly. So we are hoping to get more actual survival out of this because GTA Rockstar have never really done like eating, and I mean they did a bit in San Andreas. Was it San Andreas or Vice City where you get fat?
Sandra.
Some people have
hilariously fat.
Yeah, some people have been referencing that and going, well, a lot of the mechanics in this seem to harken back and you might be able to eat, you might be able to actually go and do things, actually influence your character. Might be more customization. I'm just really pleased. The lighting looks incredible. The way I'm all about lighting. Lighting has to be right. If shadows are in the right place and everything's bright and dark the way it should be, you're right. I think games kind of sell on that alone. I could play an 8-bit game as long as the lighting's correct.
What's the map size?
We know it's big. It's 3 times as big as the Mafia game, so it's pretty huge. If I can get a picture, I'll show you afterwards. But I'll see if for the people listening, there's now a picture on screen. We can't see it. We don't know what it looks like. But there you go. It's quite big. And at the bottom, if I can, I'll scribble down what the miles is in kilometers squared, whatever. It'll be an American, won't it?
Scaling it.
Big kilometers squared. How big the map is.
Yes.
Although I've never understood how they can do that. It's not really. It's meters in a game engine. So really, you could just go, well, a meter is a meter, yeah? Let's make all the buildings really small and make the character even smaller. From their point of view, everything's the same size. And we could put the whole map in a meter squared. You know, it doesn't really work, because games are all gobbledygook inside the computer. So when they go, oh yeah, the Skyrim map is this big, and then they put it next to the GTA map, I'm like, yeah, but the distance, according to you, if you compare them from one side of Skyrim to the other, is only halfway across the city. But I am very curious, like you say, how big.
Yeah.
Because we've got ice, they've got snow. I did scribble that down,
I
actually.
did see the big mountain of snow.
Yeah, snow effects and nice lighting. There's an ecosystem of some sort that they've said about. You can go underwater as well. You don't just drown.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
much better.
Yeah.
No
I hated
more
that.
water runs to death.
You
Though-
fall in the water.
Though I have to warn you,
You were
it's
dead.
not been confirmed, but we've seen them up to their waist in
so
water.
You can wade
Wade.
in shallow waters.
Maybe with the crocodiles.
Who's going to be that player? Who's going to be the player to discover?
Just go
that?
online. Just go wading through it. Just one of you. Todd,
We
where have you
found
gone?
it. We found it.
I think there's
Don't go in
crocodiles.
the water. Don't
I think
go in
there's
the
crocodiles
water.
here. Lassoing is back. That's something Jake was happy about
That's
because
it.
he saw the trailer and
Well,
went,
yeah,
I want
you
to
always
lasso
have
people.
to lasso stuff.
But you couldn't lasso people in the first one.
You could.
No, he was very adamant and he showed me. You could lasso animals and story things, but you couldn't just lasso people for a lark, like
Wait,
shooting
You
them.
could.
Because
I couldn't
there was
remember.
a trophy
You can.
for
You can lasso.
I believe
throwing
you.
out a
It's
woman,
fine. I was just
tying
told.
them up in the track and watching a train run them over like in
I
the
suppose
old,
you had to
old
lasso her for
school.
that.
Yeah.
Because you
Ah.
have to lasso the people and tie them up and put them on your horse when you take the wanted people back.
I didn't know
You
that.
have to lasso people,
Of course you
otherwise
do.
you wouldn't be able to take them back.
I see. Maybe he might have meant on the online. Maybe he Jake
Yeah,
may
lasso
well have
other
meant
players.
maybe
You can't-
lassoing other
I don't
players,
think you
but there
can do it
wasn't
to
an online.
players, but you can do it to NPCs.
Yeah, it might be what he meant. But I'm
Like-
still believing you
You know.
two. I believe that there was lassoing in the first
Like
one.
there
I
was
remember
that,
it now. I
there was
played
that
it. I
achievement
was there.
for lassoing a woman and leaving her on the train tracks for the train.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That was great. I loved all those weird little missions. There's something really because I'm English.
Oh, that wasn't
we're all
even a
English.
mission.
That was just an
a
achievement.
Yeah, you could just do that if you wanted. Yeah, I like the
achievement.
fact that they had that cinema that was somewhere, and you could go in, and it was just playing a video of a train coming at a
Like
wall.
terrible,
Oh, that was the
terrible
fun- 'cause that was the
cartoon.
That was
movie,
action,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was
People
true.
ran out screaming.
It's
thinking
true.
the train's coming.
That
towards
actually
them.
happened, which I really liked, because when the cinema was first invented, people thought it was witchcraft for a very short period. So they'd just go around with a little travelling show, and they'd put on a video of a train heading towards the television screen and or the camera, and everyone runs out the room screaming. And that little thing is in the right place on the right date in the first Red Dead. So I'm looking forward to the second one having more
Things like
things from America, because I don't know my cowboy stuff, and it's quite quaint to me. Maybe in America they're like, oh, it's just history, but they probably come here. You know, they come here and go, oh,
You
isn't it
can-
quaint having
you can
a
stab
monarchy?
people
And
shoot people like an American, all you like.
yes, so it's basically the same as it is now, but they wear cowboy hats back then.
They still wear cowboy hats.
Some of them wear cowboy hats. It's definitely true. I have seen cowboy hats in America. Confirmed here. But onwards from the trailer of Red Dead Redemption, we've got Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is certainly more on my radar at the moment. Although I'm really looking forward to Red Dead for its story. As far as multiplayer goes, I want Battlefront 2. I'm happy about that. Are you happy
Yeah.
about it? Todd's happy
For
about
the
that.
story, like the other one had a story.
No, I mean
one
this
has a
one's
story.
got a
This has a
storyline.
The other one had, well, no story.
Yeah.
The original Battlefront 2 had a story.
Yes, it did. He's right, you know.
Original Battlefront 2.
yeah.
Yeah.
PS2.
Yeah, the old classic.
Yes, that's true.
Pretty though, really is nice. You've got
Yeah.
all these nice places. You've got Camino, Yavin 4, Fondor, Starkiller Base, Tatooine. There's lots and lots of maps. And there's
Yeah.
like 4 for single player only, but I'm guessing those are 4 planets. Because they didn't show them all. Not sure, they might mean maps. It's
Yeah.
4 single player maps, but that's probably offline. Got loads of new classes as well.
Yeah.
It's
Going
nice to
back
see
to
that
class
they brought that
gameplay.
back.
Because it's more customizable. They're keeping the
Yeah.
cards, but I know that there's a lot more cards.
I mean, you can even upgrade heroes in this one.
Yeah,
give
so
them
you'll-
cards
yeah,
and
exactly.
upgrade different abilities.
So your Kylo Ren or your Yoda will be a different to someone else's Yoda. So when they go, I've got enough points to be Yoda, and they spawn in as Yoda, that's their Yoda. They've categorized and they've put.
And they'll be playing it differently from
Yeah,
you.
they'll have different abilities, and you'll go, oh look, Darth Maul just jumped off that wall and backflipped and cut someone's head off. And you're like, I can't do that. I'll have to
Yes.
get that character again, train him up, and unlock that, and be better at the online. And I really like having some character progression in an online.
I don't know. There's a lot of characters, isn't
There are, but you
There
can
are.
pick Luke, say,
And there's more coming.
play him for a bit, and then go, oh, I've
So
unlocked
what?
a new
There's- so it's-
attack.
14 initially, and then they're adding more
Yeah.
as they bring out movies.
Well, no, they go. It's in each direction. Like the first Battlefront, you can fight Yoda and Kylo Ren in this, even though they've never met. They're from different timelines.
They're not restricted.
Well, yes.
The heroes aren't
Yeah.
restricted to the timeline.
It's much better. So I do like that idea. The old concept
So
of
you'll
just being
get
able
old
to get
Luke fighting
anything.
young Luke.
That's cool. Yeah. Better still is there's loads of more vehicles. Shit tons of
I
vehicles.
do like
Yes,
I do like all
classes.
the walkers. to be honest.
I'm all about
They're
flying.
very cool.
I like flying low to the ground, and
I'm
I've seen they've done
disappointed
that.
I haven't seen any transport vehicles like the
There is. I know
There
you
is.
can get
Ah.
a
Droid
droid
transport.
transport. I know
Okay,
that,
okay.
but that's a hero vehicle. So
Hero
you
vehicle,
earn that, get the
okay.
points, and then you spawn in as that vehicle.
Okay,
So like, we saw
yeah.
some gameplay, and we saw that you could spawn in.
Spawn.
You could spawn in as a droidica.
Oh, good, they are in the game. 'cause I
Yeah,
haven't
they are.
seen them at all.
But that's a droid hero, so that's
Okay.
like their Kylo Ren. So you play as a droid, get your points for doing the objectives, and you go, right, who are you going to spawn in as? I've got enough points to spawn in as a droidica this round.
I don't know what I'm doing.
How long do you think
pew,
it'll
pew.
be before General Grievous turns up?
It's almost guaranteed, is it not?
He's
I
got
would
to turn up,
expect him.
really.
I do like the HUD. There isn't one.
Yeah.
Other than some star cards, which is all I need. Which is just,
Just
your
to
ability.
remind you what
That's
you
all
got.
need.
Don't know what
when
to
it's
think about the
charged.
storyline.
It's nice to have it seen from the Imperial perspective for a change.
Mind
is
you,
nice.
the second one was you followed the clones and the 501st, Anakin's clones,
Yeah.
and their turn to the Empire.
Oh yeah, they do. That's very true. So you do see some other stuff from the Empire.
But we're getting new characters
Yeah.
from this one.
It
This
gets
does look awesome.
decent space battles for a change. 'cause
It's also canon.
Yeah.
very
the guy
lacking.
the guy that wrote this also wrote Spec Ops: The Line. I think
Ah.
so. The one where he made everybody burn. I mean, spoilers, but everybody you
White
play.
phosphorus.
White phosphorus. So there's a load of people in the army. If you don't know, Darren, and the look on your face, and for the listeners who
I
haven't
haven't
heard
played
of
it.
it,
No.
there was a game ages ago, quite a while, Spec Ops: The Line, and until then, most games that were single player and like COD didn't really have much of a storyline that was very thoughtful. And they got a writer in who does loads of cool stuff. And he wrote this amazing storyline where he was saying you should get halfway through the game and you should be working for the bad guy, really, as your gun and run guy in the army, and you've been told to burn all these people and they're the bad guys, and you get there on the ground and there's just streets of people burning with white phosphorus, and you've done that to them. And he wanted the
And
player...
they're not enemies.
Yeah, he wanted the player to feel bad.
civilians.
And at the end, he killed off all these characters, spoiler warning, and eventually he wrapped it all up really well so they couldn't make any sequels, and he was really dedicated to that. And they got him on board to write this, and he was really honoured in his interviews, saying how crazy it was that they gave him a book and say, you're allowed to write something canon. What you write applies now. This character you've written is real. It's part of the Star Wars ethos. And he was... Just his interview. Go listen to that. I believe
That
that's
sounds
on...
very interesting.
IGN.
Yeah, there's one on IGN where
Or
he talks to
Kinda
them,
Funny.
or Kind of Funny. I'd listen to the one on Kind of Funny Games because they talk about it a lot more frankly there. They're much more honest on that one, not because of any reason, but IGN's just slightly more professional, and they are also on Disney XD now, so they can't say everything they want to, whereas Kind of Funny Games were talking to him for like an hour and a half, and they were pretty thorough. They talked about everything, where he got his ideas, what he wrote them from. It was good. It was good. You should listen to that if you're bored. Also, they've added, obviously, got squads now. So if you stick with your other players,
You get rewards.
you get rewards and points. So you
bonuses.
actually keep people in
Not
groups.
just wander around the battlefield like randomly.
No, exactly.
No,
I also
team-
noticed Naboo, when it starts, the map starts. Everyone spawns in. Counter goes. The streets are full of people running away before it starts.
That's
Like full of people
smart.
all in their robes going, oh, running away. yeah. Then they scarper and you can shoot them and they like fall down. And it's just like they just get caught in the crossfire and
You
scatter
can
into the
shoot them
streets.
dead and then they fall over.
But yeah, it's quite cool. So the droids all spawn at one end like a real army would.
I thought it was on stun.
Yeah. But you get the droid army all spawn in a group, got people in the middle, and then all the rest of the other teams spawn at random throughout the map because that's how it should be in that scenario. It's not just group, fight in the middle anymore.
Yeah.
They've staggered it to give it more oomph and moving you through the map in sections. So an area of the section, so a map will close off and open up, sort of shuffling you around a map. In like a like a big snake, they move. Go in 10 seconds. This section of the map closes. The next section opens. Move on. You've got to break through the doors. Their job is to stop you getting through the doors. Kind of,
Just Rush from that's just Battlefield Rush.
Well, it's the same mode. I mean, but the idea being that it means it's objective.
Yeah,
so
you
have failed to keep the doors. They've got the doors. The doors have fallen. Now you're inside. The map moves inwards by one. If they can save the inside, it'll move out by one again, and you'll be back at the doors. So it kind of moves both way, I suppose. But I'd have to play it. They did a bit of it in the first one, didn't they? Towards the end.
Yeah,
they did a little bit of moving through the map.
It's not quite on the same scale.
No,
as this
they were a lot
one,
smaller. They had a thing where you had like a big, was it an AT-AT walker? Giant AT-AT walker? Or is that the chicken?
Oh yeah, the Walker Assault.
ATST.
You got the ATST walker and that's coming along. And it's got a big ring around it and that's the map. It's huge map-sized ring and that's moving along with it. So you've got to stick with the AT-AT and the other team can go wherever they like. That was quite good. I liked that. Grenades now bounce. I'm happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
Grenades.
Yeah, they never used to bounce. No. Now they do. I noticed this. They bounce. So you can throw it and they'll actually go around a corner rather than just hit and just scrape along the floor. Physics-less grenades. Just, I exist in a plane of my own exact reality and just bounces and comes to a stop. Now that bounces around corners. And I'm really thrilled to see that. Decent physics on all the weapons is good. I've seen lasers ricochet. It just looks like it's going to be so much more of a clusterfuck to play. Lasers going everywhere is a good thing.
Enjoyable.
There's no VR either, but it is beautiful. But I don't know if that means that that's a reason why it's not in VR. Maybe they couldn't translate it over. But it is a shame that they've said point blank, we're not having VR involved at the moment. But they were quite clear that they're not. They've got no plans. I was kind of holding hope out, but I can't lie to myself. They said point blank, we're not doing it. Whereas in the first one, they had a VR segment that you could download separately. So it seems like a waste to have done it in the first one and not expand on it. Because I'd love to sit in a TIE fighter again, but slightly prettier. That was really good fun.
It seemed like a huge missed opportunity there.
I don't know what else they can do. They are very proud of their multi-layered ship-to-ground battle-designed maps, which I think is more there. Yeah,
In other words,
I know.
You go from the ground to the ship,
and
from
the ship back to the ground. Yeah,
but it depends if they're going. Because I mean, one of the Battlefield games they had Titan mode, so each side had a ship, and you started off on the ground, and you had to get onto the opposition ship and take down like 3 force fields, and then you could blow up the the core.
Yeah.
While the other team were trying to do it to your ship, so you had to decide what you're going to do: defend, attack, or you're going to take the objectives on the ground.
No, that's cool. It reminds me of Unreal Tournament 3. Unreal Tournament was great. Me and Mike used to play that all the time. Well, it was the same thing. That was all controlling nodes, so you had to get like a line across a map of nodes, and obviously it was like you had to join your nodes to their node.
Join their nodes.
Node to your node. So you had a core and they had a core like that, and then there were loads of nodes everywhere, and you had to make a line from one to the other, and obviously you'd be contesting them. So
joining a circuit.
Yeah, kind of. But I really liked that over large maps. That was really clever because it meant people were strategic. It was like they're winning over there, so you can look at the map and go, "There's a fight going on over there." They've got a line all the way. Everyone heads there, and you get these little nano wars.
Defend or attack.
I hope that sort of thing is coming to Battlefront. I do like the idea of not just being directed. I want to look at a map and just get really clear instructions and go, there's a little war happening and you want to be involved. Too often I've just run around, you just get killed. You run forwards, you don't know what you're really looking for, there's bullets flying everywhere and you're dead. And they need to really focus players more, which is I guess why they're segmenting the maps and that. But it's good to see. And that's all we have for the news this week, and so we move on to our next segment, games that are out this week. Straight from PlayStation themselves, we have a PSVR game called DWVR, a spell casting arsenal of guns, swords as you blast your way through murderous hordes. Looks awful. It's like a rail shooter, so you're on.
Oh,
Unless
joy.
you're walking around, but it looks like 2-move controllers, and 2-move controllers normally means you're shooting at things running towards you whilst you are stationary, or if
Yeah.
you're lucky, on a rail. And go back to the 90s. Eventide 2, the Sorcerer's Mirror. It's a cool
doesn't
picture
give-
of a girl with some shattered glass.
No, it doesn't.
Oh no, that's a. Oh no.
No, that's a loading screen.
Oh, thank God. There we go. Everything's fine now. That's okay. There you go. Girl, shattered mirror. All blue.
Oh, I'm blue and
Doesn't give you
scared.
much to go on.
It doesn't. Embark on a mystical adventure in a mountain, forgotten village, ruled by an immortal sorcerer. Can you unravel his secret? Oh, his. So you're not the
He's
sorcerer.
immortal. That's the secret.
The secret is, he's
Sorry,
not going to
spoiler.
die. Spoilers, he won't die.
He wears ladies' underwear.
Fallout 4
Secret.
Game of the Year edition, which we know about, but that's actually physically out now, as the last time where it wasn't. FIFA's still got lots to talk about it. Firefighters Airport Fire Department Simulator from the makers of Farming Simulator.
Oh my god,
Awesome.
they're making more.
Wow, fire can now be a friend, but also a merciless foe. Nowhere else is danger greater than in a modern airport with thousands of travellers and highly flammable materials.
Dun dun dun.
Awesome.
They're really selling that.
Right.
Picture in the background. I'll see if I can get this for the actual thing. In the background, there's a plane exploding in the air. That's pretty hardcore. That's Michael Bay. I need some lighting flares
Not
on
really helping. Just kind of just putting people out.
that. Yeah. Well, I suppose that's true. You're just making the fire's happened. You don't have the fun job. You've got to put the fire out. So
Does the ambulance turn up?
is the ambulance there afterwards, or is that the other game?
DLC.
DLC. We've got Fort Defense PS4, and that is just, by the looks of it, just a regular tower defense game, but there are boats involved. So I guess you're going to be on land, and the boats are going to be the enemy coming
On
up
water.
the rivers.
Yeah.
To be like rivers, I expect. All hands on deck! Pirate Armada dead ahead. Take part in an uncompromising struggle, repelling freebooters' assaults. Ooh, boats. Fragments of Him, PS4, digital download. When a young man dies suddenly, his friends and family are left to pick up the pieces. What were their last thoughts? Their last moments in which will change their lives? And how will their lives be without him?
He's like, did I turn the oven off?
Yeah. I think this is, by the looks of it, you're a ghost, so
A ghost.
I think you die and then you're play. What was that book?
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
No. No. It wasn't.
Ghost.
No, there was
Bones.
The Lovely Bones. I think it'll be like the book / film The Lovely Bones, where the little girl dies and she's watching her family and everything carry on without her. I dropped my pen. Without her in it.
Because she's dead.
She's dead. The Girl and the Robot Deluxe Edition. Got a 9 out of 29.
Didn't realise there was a regular edition.
Yeah, that's a weird picture. The Girl and the Robot.
That's a big, weird-looking robot.
That is a weird looking
looks like
robot. Looks very animated. Very
It's
animated.
odd.
I don't know the company that made it, Sodesco. I've never heard of them. That's a new company. But The Girl and the Robot is a unique third-person action-adventure game set in a fairy tale world. You take on the role of a young girl trying to escape from a castle ruled by an evil queen. Sounds like Ico. On her way, she meets a mysterious robot that can be controlled remotely, so can't really be sentient. That's really cruel.
Okay.
And together they encounter many challenges that will test the strength of their newfound friendship, even though it's an android and can't feel. I'm against this game from the
Okay.
word
I
go.
mean, that picture, come on, it looks like the
Does look weird.
artwork in the Watchtower
It did actually.
magazine.
I quite like the style, but I don't know what it actually looks like. It won't be any good. It's fine. Gundam Versus, which we already know about.
Blah, blah.
Got
Yeah.
Koi.
Koi?
Koi. There's a picture of some fish, so it means Koi carp. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Is it a fish simulator?
It might. Oh, it's on the PS Vita, the lonely old Vita.
Oh.
In the once peaceful waters of the Lotus Pond, we became a lost fish who is the last chance to save the waters for humanity. It looks like 2D, and the pond looks pretty clean. I mean, there's not much to go on.
That is very nothing. Isn't
That is a
it?
very blank. That's
It's
a
like,
very blank.
there's a
picture.
Well
lily
done,
pad.
Vita.
Well done.
done.
You. There's people still making things. I mean, you're on the Switch Bandicoot, rather.
Yeah,
Bandicoot,
getting there.
what's bandwagon? Bandwagon.
Got
There we go. We got there. I caught up eventually, but you're on the Switch bandwagon.
Yes, I'll be getting one soon.
So there won't be any
I
need for a
hope.
Vita. Vitas,
No.
I don't know why. If they're gonna bother, they should either bring out a new one and just say we're gonna do another Vita, or walk away. So I don't think there's any need. I'd like them to just concentrate on VR. You know, that £500 headset they made me buy. Speaking of, Light Tracer for PSVR digital download. Don't know. Light Tracer is a VR platform puzzler in which the player is a godlike creature who's to guide a princess in despair up enormous towers. It's awful. It is a very thin walkway in a spiral going up a very fucking long way, and you guide her through puzzles that slowly take her higher and higher. But they're not even indoors. It's like an open walkway. It looks very bad. Lightfield PS4 digital. Actually looks kind of interesting. I think I've seen this. It's a hyper-futuristic racing game with parkour twist, drive on any surface, including walls, tunnels, and sci-fi architecture to piece together the fastest racing line. I'll show it to the people in the room and get a picture. It's sort of hovering, but you stick to the surfaces. It's actually quite cool. It's not quite what it looks like. It's semi-open world.
It looks Wipeout.
Yeah, but I've seen the gameplay. It basically gives you a map that doesn't seem to have gravity, and you stick to buildings. So if you want to go from A to B straight forward, everyone will be racing one side and everyone will be racing on the other side of the surface. If the buildings run out, you'd have to jump and change surface in the air and land on the other side. Lots of movement. It looked like fun, but very Wipeout-y, yeah.
Car with sticky wheels.
Pretty much. Mahjong World Contest.
Can't beat
PS4.
some Mahjong.
I hate I like the real game. Actual chess with the proper things. It's great. I've got a set. It's what we use for my mouse mats. It's really heavy because they're all made of fucking... In there is a full Mahjong set of tiles. It's really nice as well. I never use it because it's just a mouse mat now because it's just a really heavy box. Take part in the Mahjong contest. Complete more than 100 unique levels of different difficulties and dynamics to gain experience and earn points.
Yay, points.
Got Mecho Tales, PS4 digital. Don't know. Looks the picture's basically Rayman with claws. An all-new adventure in the world of Mecho Wars, which doesn't make sense. Run and shoot through platforming levels filled with spikes, bottomless pits, and an array of deadly robots. So it sounds a lot like Rayman as well. Ninja Showdown, PS4 digital. Looks like some ninjas chilling out on the sofa. It's all cartoony. It's every ninja for themselves in this ultimate battle for the Jade Katana. Fight alone, team up, or take on friends in a brutal arena-based combat where the mighty prevail and the weak pay the ultimate price, death and dishonor. And I think
it's like a couch fighter game.
Yeah, and I think that's all for this week because then it goes on to pinball, and I'm pretty sure we did the Ruiner and that last time. We've caught up with ourselves. So that is all for out this week. So we've got some talking points we want to get out of the way. I want to talk about the Solus project because I've been playing a bit of that lately, and that has been really struggling. There should be an episode up now of that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. What did you all think of that, just watching the small bit that you saw?
Wow.
It did look like you were struggling with the controls a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just me, so I wanted to get like some second opinions, because I've played it, and I have my opinion, which is a little bit negative.
I struggled, because I played it when it first came out, on, months ago. But that was just mouse and keyboard on the PC.
Yeah.
And the controls were a bit of a nightmare just playing it that way.
So at least I don't feel so bad. It wasn't just me fucking up.
No, I wouldn't
VR.
feel bad for yourself.
No, alright, that's not terrible then. Actually, I think there's a trailer so that we can have a rough idea of what we're talking about. Because the trailer made me go, oh, this looks kind of interesting, because it reminded me a lot of Subnautica.
It's true. You're on a ship.
Subnautica.
I'm on my ship.
Well, what the trailer didn't tell you.
It breaks.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you things.
It doesn't tell you anything else past you've crashed.
You've crashed on this planet. Go out and survive.
Good luck. Have fun.
It was good. I mean, I'm enjoying the way it looks. It's quite pretty.
Yeah.
I just don't think they've optimised it very well. I don't think I feel like at some point someone in the studio should have played the game through from beginning to end. At some point. Because I don't think they have. You can't have, because you'd have seen and gone, there's no button for forwards here.
I don't see why you need move controllers in VR when you don't really...
No, in that
use them.
specific game you don't use them. No, it's nice to have them.
Yeah,
I always
might as
like
well
having move
have a
controllers,
controller.
but I would have actually quite liked just having a controller because you don't need to move your hands around to do things.
Yeah.
No, you just point at a wall and then you click and it cuts it off. You don't
stuff
actually walk up
happens.
and have to move your arm.
Yes.
So it seems pointless having move controllers there. But I'm not kind of against it. I don't know if there's shooting later. Is there shooting? Do I get a gun? If there's a gun, then I'm going to be moving my hand,
So
and maybe then
get
it'll
out,
come into play.
You get out of the wreckage,
Yeah.
and then it's like, what should I do? Wander up and down the beach, and then you found an alcove that's blocked off, and then finally you find some way of unblocking it, and it takes you down into a big, massive tunnel system, and down there's loads of like big alien sort
Monsters.
of rocks and like big bridges and things that have genuinely been, you know,
Oh, okay.
definitely been made.
There's people there before us.
Yes.
So that's
There's
very
ruins.
classic alien sci-fi.
And I just remember there were creatures, and
So maybe maybe having move controllers will be good then,
But,
because I'll have a gun, and I like the aiming with a gun would be cool. That would make it
Well,
worth
it was
it.
months ago when I played it.
That is strange. It's like, 'cause it's literally came out the other day on PlayStation VR, so it's had a lot of time. So I don't know if maybe they've spent all that time just porting it or something else, but it has taken them ages. So I'm curious if they've rushed it. It feels like a rush job to PSVR when I was playing it. I couldn't read anything on, like, you know you have your like giant Nokia pad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, in PSVR, you have to I was literally, headset and my move controller were touching. It was so near my face. They were bumping into each other, and I could just about read this tiny writing on the screen.
Oh yeah.
It's so small. I couldn't read it in VR. It was just, what is this? I was like,
Yeah.
I cannot
And
see.
it's really important because it's got all your stats, and if you don't keep looking at it, you can die very easily.
I had a machine that kept telling me that I was all wet. It just kept
Yes,
going,
that's-
operator,
that's-
wet.
That's why it says build a
Operator,
fire.
starving, wet, and hypothermia, imminent danger. And I was just like, don't tell me how to sort these problems.
Did you find a cave full of sticks?
I found a cave full of moss, dripping water, and I have an engine that I stand by when it's -4 and it's then +100.
Yes.
So it goes from hypothermia, melting, hypothermia, melting.
No
It's like,
in
well,
between.
I can go and hide in the cave, but then I freeze to death. And it hasn't said anything about temperature or like gone, oh, here's your PDA. This number is your temperature. If it goes below here, you'll start to die. This is something you would know as a person, but as this is a game, we won't tell you, because the rules are different. Does it tell you? Does it fuck? So I'm just walking around, and every now and then it's just going, operator wet. But I haven't been in the water for ages, so I'm like, do I need to
Raining.
dry myself? How do I stop being wet if being out of the water isn't enough? You know, it was so weird.
You have to craft some new clothes out of moss.
Well, that would really. Are you joke? I hope you're joking. We're really worried. Like the look,
Yes.
blank. Just oh god.
And then
I feel like Mars.
I love. Yeah.
it's true. You buy some clothes off the Potato King. You meet him in the cavern.
Ah yes, the tie-in with Overcooked.
Potato
The Potato King and the Onion King know each other. And the feud began there.
Yeah.
Fleeing the planet. That's how we ended up in the
Cooking
Solus
for
project.
spaghetti monsters.
So there are aliens there and stuff then. So you know what? Have you completed it?
No, I just played it. I just remember
Oh, okay.
playing it
No, that's fair enough.
months
Probably a good
and months ago on my PC.
It's a bit weird though. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like there's a lot of games that could take things out of its book that are good. There are lots of games coming out in PSVR, like Skyrim, because people are going on about Skyrim having move controllers and the DualShock, and as everybody knows who pays attention to this channel, you don't need move controllers to use Skyrim VR. You can use your DualShock and walk around normally without teleporting. Just thought I'd get that out of the way
It's
first.
a treadmill, don't you, Mike?
Yeah,
You need your treadmill.
Exactly. But more importantly, in the Solus project, they've got move controllers and not teleporting, which is what I want for Skyrim. And they've done it. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that, but look, Jacob, a friend of ours, has come to join us. A friend of mine, Jake, has come to join us. Full sentences. Say hello, Jake.
Hi everyone.
I'll put a label up, but he hasn't got one, so it'll just go ping, Jacob. But yeah, the Solus project is pretty good. I'm enjoying that in VR. But we'll move swiftly on, as I've basically said all I wanted to say about that, which is it's okay, but there are lessons to be learned. VR as a whole, that game really nails down that it's still a bit rickety.
Is it just a control issue?
It's just a control issue, and the fact that there's no tutorial. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Was there a tutorial when you played it on PC? Does it tell you
Not
the button to
really.
walk or like to pick things
But it
up?
was on the PC, so it was.
Did it come up? I suppose you
It
got
was
controls
WA,
menu.
you know, it was WASD and mouse.
I suppose you just work it out, but it isn't obviously in VR with a
Yeah.
move controller. But it never even points because on a move controller you can't see it when you're in game. But they've done the good thing, which is model the VR controller in game, so you've got it in your hand. But then they haven't labelled any of the buttons. So you've just got a controller and it says craft, and then you look at the controller in your hand in game and go, I'm none the wiser. You've not helped me at all.
Yeah, but
Craft with what button?
Did you try mixing a stick with a stone?
I did, but you have to put it down first. That was what I found. So it's like I had to have a stick on the floor before I could craft
bizarre crafting.
I spent most of an hour just stood in front of an oil bucket going, dip this in the oil bucket. It's going, dip it in. And I was like, well, it's burnt out now. Now I just have a bar of iron again. It's taken so long. I put it down.
Sometime later.
Yeah, craft a fucking torch out of a stick and some moss. And eventually I worked it out, but it's like you said, you have to put the item on the floor, put the moss in your hand, and then click it, and it goes, do you want to combine these items?
Yes.
But it never says, like, it just needs a press and hold triangle to craft. And I'd have been a happy bunny. That's all it needed.
Well, you don't.
No. On from there, we're moving on to the decline of the cheat code with Darren, who wants to talk about that briefly.
It's not really the decline. It's
Go
the
on.
reason for the decline.
Oh, go on.
It's like, who can tell me the Konami code?
Up, down, left, right, A, B, start. Up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right, A, B, start. But that's the one on the
I
NES.
don't know it.
I think that's it, or it's the NES. Is that close?
I always thought it was left, right.
Left, right, up, down, A, B, start. There you go. It's tricky because it's which way round the beginning. If I'd have had, if it was a life or death scenario, I've got 3 of them that I'd have tried and gone, one of those is the right one. It's either left, right first or up, down first.
Well, anyway. Well, before, in lots of games, there used to be loads of cheat codes.
Yeah.
But they weren't really cheat codes.
No.
They were dev backdoors, so you could miss levels and check and play through the game quicker and test it.
I suppose like the original Mario, because that had the run along the top. So
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
finding that myself as a kid. That was great.
But since more modern computers have come in, you can do all of your testing in the PC. So cheat
suppose you
codes
don't
have
need
kind
them.
of dwindled out, which is why only in like PC games you can bring up,
Bring up
the
command menu.
dev console, which is their version of a cheat code.
No, that's a really good point. And I suppose with the advent of modding and people having a bit more power at their computer at home, they can just make their own piece of game and put it in. You don't actually have to sort of get a crowbar anymore
Yes.
and go into the files and
before-
start ripping out zeros and ones and watching the other ones scream. You can just go to Steam and go, I want this mod. Or Nexus, or wherever you go. Insert place of dark web mod activity here.
Dark web.
I don't know.
Dark web.
Dark web.
So that's what they do, isn't it? Evil modders. And
What, the spider
terrible-
from It's there as well.
Yeah.
In his web.
You mod, Jake, don't you? I've seen you play games which involve. You like watching mods and stuff. I've seen you watch YouTube.
No, generally I don't mod. I abhor cheating.
You don't like mods. That's fair enough. But you play games where like Saints Row and that, where it's all about having like inserting stupid things. Well, and you know what I mean, which I'd consider games like Saints Row cheats.
big head
just
mode?
full, things like that. Games that have lots of ridiculous modes in.
Yeah, but that's what
That's
I
all
mean.
you
Games
points.
that have cheats like that, like GTA 5, that's nostalgia
Yeah.
rather than the original reason for a cheat code.
No flying car cheat. Which
So
I
it's gone
obviously
from
upset about.
a legitimate reason to nostalgic cheat codes.
I can't think of the last game that I actually put in cheats for. Ratchet and Clank had some cheats. I remember Ratchet and Clank 3 having cheats, where you put in a code, and it also had a cheats menu because you could unlock bolts, and that would give you a cheats menu. You could spend the bolts that you found in
Spend all
games to
your
unlock
bolts.
ridiculous abilities, and that was always great. I
Yeah.
always enjoyed that. But that's part of the game. That's collectible. So I suppose that's not what. That's
Yes.
your point. It's not a cheat you insert just to get around. More games need it.
I
Yeah.
agree, but with technology advancing, will they do it though? Unless would they genuinely keep their back doors in it now, or will they just put it in for the fun of it?
Yeah, because I suppose speedrunners are the only people that really would find
Are you
a
really
modern, what we'd call a modern cheat. Then is something that speedrunners and things would
Yeah.
use for getting through a map. Going, there's a gap in this mesh in the texture. If you hit it at the exact angle when the stars are in the right position, then you can ping through and you turn up at the other side of the game, but with no weapons.
On Sonic Boom, you could skip whole portions of the game if you play as Knuckles. You jump, pause the game, then it resets your jump. You just keep pausing and jumping. You
Does
can
that
skip a
work?
whole-
What?
Yeah.
So your jump animation didn't reset, so you could keep doing
you
it.
get you jump back, so you could just jump across.
So you could fly.
Skip out.
You could
Yeah,
fly
pretty
over
much,
the level
yeah.
and lose no time. Because I suppose when you paused it, it stops the timer as well. So,
Yeah.
so if you could just play it, it'd just be. It's like those weird videos you see where people jump up and down and take photos, and it looks like they're flying.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm on a broom, or I'm on a trampoline and just happen to be floating above it rather than bouncing on it. What an illusion! Classic place where people like to levitate above trampolines. Onwards, what again? Number 3, Secrets of Mana with Mike, because
Yes.
Mike wants to tell me all about it, and I've never heard of it. Has anyone else?
I've not
No.
played it.
Great.
But I
You've not played it.
No,
No,
I
you
saw-
promised me you
No.
thought about this.
No, I have. I saw the gameplay trailer, and I was,
How many gameplay?
Yeah,
trailer? Okay,
it's
right, carry
gameplay.
on. No, that's fine. You carry on.
And it's a one-to-one recreation. Just sort of, if you imagine Final Fantasy 3 and then that's remake. It's that sort of
Okay.
art style.
So it's 2D.
3D. So
Now it's 3D, but it was 2D.
yeah, it was. 'Cause it's
Are we talking Pokemon or Final Fantasy 3?
I'd say more Final Fantasy 3.
So real 2D. Okay, fine. That's
And
fine.
now it's sort of, again, as I say, like Final Fantasy 3's remake, it's that sort of 3D but on an angle.
Okay.
What's
Yeah,
it about? Do tell. Tell
Well-
me as much as make.
Well, I
make
can't
me your
tell you what
brother.
it's about because I've not played it. But I did do some research and what they're going to add to the game itself. Like they're going to add multiplayer, and now there's an English dub.
Well, that's nice for my. From,
But the
that's
thing
good
is,
for us.
I didn't like the dub listening to it like in the what gameplay
I
they
prefer
showed.
subtitles because
No,
I'm an
no.
asshole that's like, if it's a Japanese game, I don't mind having subs because I'm used to
It's
it from
still
anime.
got the visual
I just
the
like to
boxes.
understand what they're saying without reading.
No, I understand because you watch. It's like you watch the Dragon Ball in English.
It's-
you watch it in us
it's
with
loads
Japanese,
better in
or we
English.
watch it with you in Japanese, and then we wait for it to come out in English so we see it again.
Just to see what the difference
They
is
are
in the
amazing,
language.
though. I love them in English.
Yeah.
So funny. All the jokes get changed and everything. But that's something that, with Japanese translation into a lot of games, I do prefer to have subtitles. But I'm glad that Secrets of Mana is in English.
And they're adding multiplayer to it.
What does that mean in a game that's
I-
2D?
It's just got it, okay.
Screen.
I don't know. They've just said they've was showing off some at the Tokyo Game Show. They were showing off some of the multiplayer, but I couldn't get in to see any of those videos.
Oh, fair
I
enough.
couldn't
fair
find
enough.
them, and it's coming out on the PS4, the Vita, and if you're interested, the PC.
On the lonely old Vita. So it can't be that advanced if it's running on the Vita.
No, so I'm saying if you look at it, you literally
PS4.
no. I think they probably thingied it.
So it's a remake of an old game
Yeah,
for Vita. That's
and
on PS4 as well.
and PC.
And on PC. Well, PC can run anything. As I say, this is, if it's on PC, it exists, basically. Because they all came from PC to start with. You can't... That's where all game creation takes place. But no, that's cool. Do we have an exact release date?
Not at the moment.
Is it just 2018?
Yeah,
We
spring.
sure it's 2018?
We've got the release window spring 2018.
Okay, well that's
That's
not
what I
so
can
bad.
find.
No, that's good, that's good. So that basically wraps us up for the subjects, and we'll be moving on to what we have been playing, the Minefield. So, Darren, what have you been playing lately?
I was playing Mafia 3,
And then...
but then after playing it for a bit, I started playing Mafia 2, and I'm much happier.
Oh, I preferred Mafia 2. Mafia
never
3,
played a
I
Mafia.
played it with you, but there's those invisible walls. Do you remember I got on a boat, and I got in the hovercraft, and I was like, I'll drive this on over the beach. And so I drove it up the beach a bit and got to the road, and I was like, okay, it's not going that fast. We'll take it back to the sea.
Oh.
And it wouldn't let us. There was an invisible wall that said, no, you're a road vehicle now. You're a car. You can't leave the road.
Yes.
But it was a boat. What are you talking about?
Why
A
aren't you
boat.
acting? I mean, you couldn't even push it.
No, it bounced off. It was a wall. It had invented a thin,
Oh,
invisible
God.
plane to stop the boat returning to its motherland.
That sounds horrible.
It was ridiculous.
It was really strange. So I'm guessing Mafia 2 is tickling all those.
Mafia 2 is much nicer because it's kind of
better.
got a story.
He's still playing RimWorld at
Not
all.
lame. Playing a bit of Windworld. We went We flew to the solar system the other day.
Oh yeah, that's true. What about you, Jake? What have you been playing lately on your PC? You're always playing things.
Recently,
Play all sorts of things.
Recently, I've only really been playing Warframe.
Oh, cool.
They've got a new update coming out.
Yep.
Hopefully within the next week or so. But that's going to be introducing a massive free roam area. The whole game's pretty much corridor based.
Oh, cool. 'Cause
There's
I've
wider
played
areas.
It's on PS4 as well.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, I didn't know
Played
that.
for ages.
That's cool. I
Well,
might get back. I might
yeah.
try that if the three of you are playing it because I think it's cross-platform. I've heard of that. I've heard the word
I
cross-platform
did not
and
know
that
that.
name.
I don't believe it is yet because the PC is slightly more updated to the console versions.
Oh, I see. I suppose there's a slight delay.
There's
on the
not much now.
releases.
But
They've
it's
caught
a
up quite a lot.
possibility.
They are working on cross-play now, aren't they? So that's good. That is good. Have you been playing any of RimWorld at all?
Yeah,
I'm really
I've played
obsessed
some
with
RimWorld.
RimWorld's amazing. How was your story? How did they go? Is the terrier alive?
No,
more
my
like-
terrier
It's a
died.
Yorkshire Terrier. It outlived everybody.
Well, it's more like you playing RimWorld. How did they all die?
Isn't that the start of my story?
That is it.
That's always the story. They all died this way.
How did you kill all of your citizens, Mike?
A mixture of heat stroke, starvation, and malaria.
Yeah, malaria.
Fun.
Fun times. I've been playing the Solus Project and what everyone sees on the channel because that's my thing. What about you, Todd?
I've been playing Watch Dogs 2 recently.
Oh, that's true.
Well, the latest game I've been playing is pretty
Yeah.
fun, just messing around, hacking into shit and causing mayhem.
Missions are good as well. They're pretty
Yeah.
varied. I didn't like the first one so much when we played that with you, but
I've only played the first one.
the second one's better.
Yeah,
the second one's
it
more
is.
fun. I can't argue that. I played it with Todd when he brings it round.
And it
every now
doesn't
then.
have the GTA problem of, oh my god, is every player around me just gonna run me over and shoot me and shit, because you're on the same team.
Exactly.
It doesn't stop most people.
Pretty much it does. I've played it a lot online. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah, I like the boats as well. Boats are
Oh,
amazing.
yeah,
the
boat
fact that
racing.
there's actual air mechanics. If you get in a boat with sails, loads of arrows come up on the map, so you can see the wind direction, and the sail actually flips side to side and fills with air, and you can empty it. There's no reverse. You have to.
Those are swallows and Amazons.
Yeah, but it's really realistic. Like there are boat races, and you can do them in the sailboats, and it's like watching the Cannes Film Festival. What's it
Cows.
called? Cows.
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 Because the Isle of Wight. Not that I'd want to give away our position, Mike.
Yeah,
By the
Mike.
Isle of
Oh
Wight.
god, I'm gonna be swarmed.
They'll find out where we are.
They're spying on us, Mike.
Yeah. But that's basically it. Oh, Mike, I suppose what have you been doing? Anything interesting? Been playing Imperion a bit, haven't we?
Yeah, we played a bit of Imperion.
That's always fun. But that's
No.
PC. We should talk about better things on consoles.
I have not.
A little bit. It's my personal
Well,
opinion. It's fine.
I own an Xbox. So,
But first, our first comment from Conquer Live 101. Yet again, he says, great video as always, but I don't understand how you already have the Albert 01. You're supposed to have it after having finished the game, and if you use it now for the whole playthrough, it's going to be laughably easy. And then he added something back, like he always does, which is, never mind, I actually watched the video. Good on you for putting it back. The game's a lot scarier when you can't use every single shot on every enemy, which is true because
My bad.
that was Todd's fault.
Sorry.
He played the game and completed it before I completed it, so
Whoops.
he lent it to me. So it had in it the gun for having completed the game that you get from the start, which would make the whole game very easy. So when I started it myself and found this gun, I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to have this. I'm like, bang! Oh, it died. You're very strong. This is right. I put it back in the box, just left it there because there's a save box you can carry with
well, it's
you.
always there later.
It's always there for later. And from Ronnie, who says, hey, Sofa Vadum, I love your videos. And he says some other crap, but we don't care about that because we don't care about advertising. So I'm just going to take the first bit and be happy about it. I love your video is all he wrote that I care about. And that's good. People we like compliments, don't we?
Oh, that's so nice.
It's so nice. So
It's lovely.
that's about it. Do we have any subscribers? I will check now while I'm here. Fill time somewhere. Okay, we've got Comrion Animation and Jake. Hey Jake. It's you. That's you. That's great. So we've got two, and one of them's here. So it's now. How's it feel to be on the show instead of just a subscriber?
That's wonderful.
It's amazing, isn't it? But if you liked any of that, because that's all I'm not going to do anymore. We basically covered everything. Haven't we? There's nothing else to talk about. I think we've literally drained everything that we can think of.
Drain
All
that,
the subjects.
drain that swamp.
It's now an empty swamp. We
It's
should
an
leave
empty-
it to gather and wait for the next round of,
Wait
of
for the
gaming
rains.
rain
Wait for the
season.
rains, and then we'll drain it again.
Why are we draining it again?
I don't know.
Basically, if you liked any of that, please check out our Facebook page, Sofa of Adam. If you want a Sofa of Adam cup, please, a bit like mine, go to the Patreon page where there's a picture and you can get that if you like. Go ahead and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We always make an effort to check and answer those. Mike's always on the Facebook. He's checking and answering those. We comment back as much as we can. So it's goodbye from me, goodbye from Todd,
Goodbye.
goodbye from Mike,
Bye.
goodbye from Darren,
Bye.
and goodbye from Jake.
Goodbye.
And we will see you all in the next episode.